And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Today we are back in San Juan de Marcona in Peru, and we're going to be doing our last stop in Peru today, which is Tacna, Peru, which is kind of near the border of Peru and Bolivia, and it's also bordering Chile as well. So our flying time today is going to be 1 hour 24 minutes. Cruise altitude is 23,000 feet. And if we just double check the weather for today, I'm not going to spend too much time on here because it's absolutely beautiful today. Here we are in San Juan de Marcona, and we're going to be traveling down here to Tacna. As you can see, nothing in the way of rain and thunder. Only thing to keep an eye on though is looks like gonna have pretty strong headwinds on the way down, so that may slow us down a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Outside of that, we've already completed all of our checks. We've completed our taxi checklist as well, so we're gonna go ahead and head towards the runway and get ready to get out of here, because we've already been burning a little bit of fuel on the ground as it is. Today we are going to be departing runway 33, which is actually going to be in the opposite direction of where we landed when we came down. So it's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead, take our park and brake off. Let's apply a little bit of thrust so we can get moving. As I mentioned before, it's a very small airport here. Very, very small airport. So there's not much places for us to go. We're pretty much right here on the runway. So if you remember, in our previous flight from here, we actually had a pretty rough landing on the way in. As you can see, the runway is super narrow, and that makes it extremely difficult well, it does not, there's a very small margin of error, especially in this aircraft coming into land. So made life very interesting for us, but takeoff should be much better. And we're going to be heading to an international airport in Tacna, and of course, as usual, when we're going to a new place, we're going to have a little discovery segment where we just talk about it. Also have a new livery on this aircraft, and we're going to see that kind of once we get in the air. Today we're really just taking some cargo over there. Unfortunately, this livery that I have doesn't have a cargo variant, so we're in the commuter variant right now. We're carrying about 2,255 pounds of cargo. So we're fairly heavy with fuel and such, but yeah, it should be good to go for takeoff. I can never get the hang of turning around this aircraft. But we are all good to go now, folks. Alright, just going to adjust my camera. A little far off. So we're going to be turning right on takeoff. As you can see, our flight track is having us head kind of east-northeast. So when we take off, we're going to have to turn right. Now that we're here lined up on the runway, let's go ahead and take a look at our before takeoff checklist. So flaps are set at 15 degrees. Let's get our lights on. So we need our landing lights, strobe lights, and recognition lights. Taxi lights, we don't really need them, so they are staying off. And ice protection as required. Let's set our fuel condition lever to flight idle. And cars is looking good, no warnings. Pusher test worked today, so we are good to go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set our takeoff power. And let's go, folks. All right. A little bit of right rudder. A little left rudder. Looking for 80 knots. Rotates.
Airborne time logged.
And gear up. Beautiful takeoff. And we're gonna go gear up. Watch our bank angle. Right. Just need to zoom into the map just a little bit, just so I could see where I'm going. Right. Oops. All right, here we go. Let's get our autopilot's nav mode to come on as well. Let's do IAS. I didn't realize we'd actually crossed over our flight track. Doing about 130 knots on departure. Have this awesome red wing livery that I picked up on flightsim.to, and we'll get a better view of that. Actually, let's take a look at it now. Let's go outside real quick. Beautiful livery. All right, so let's head back up front. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, yaw dampener is on. Taxi lights are going to stay off because we didn't turn them on. Landing lights, shut those off at 10,000 feet. Flaps are up. Ice protection is required. Climb power is set. Pressurization. We are pressurizing, and engine instruments all look good. I think we'll probably get a little more juice out of this. All right. After takeoff checklist is complete, and we are just going to enjoy the sights and sounds. Very interesting country out here. Mountainous and kind of very brown and rocky. It's a little more, definitely a lot more barren than when we were flying into Lima, that's for sure. So we're just gonna enjoy the tranquility for now. Climbing to 6,000 feet. And we're just gonna let the aircraft do its thing for now. We have a fairly long flight ahead of us, so not in any rush. But now that we're kind of climbing out, let's go ahead and talk about where we're heading today, which I mentioned is Tacna, Peru. Now, have you ever heard of Tacna, Peru? Because I haven't. So Tacna, Peru is a neat little city tucked away in the southern part of the country. It's not as bustling as Lima or as touristy as Cusco, but it's got its own charm, you know? So Tacna's got this interesting history. So back in the late 19th century, it was a big deal during the War of the Pacific when Peru was going head to head with Chile. And you could still feel that history in the air when you walk around the city today. And the food, man, you got to try it. They've got these amazing dishes like Tacna style anticuchos, which are these tasty skewered meats grilled to perfection. And if you're into spicy food, you'll love their picante a la tacneña, a spicy beef stew that's just bursting with flavor. And when it comes to sights, Tacna's got a few gems. So there's this beautiful Plaza de Armas, right in the heart of the city, surrounded by palm trees and these old colonial buildings. And then there's the Arco Parabolico, this majestic arch that's a symbol of Peru's independence. And did I mention Pisco? Yes, Tacna is known for its Pisco production. So what actually is Pisco? Because I actually have no idea. So let me look up Pisco. So Pisco is a colorless or yellowish to amber colored spirit produced in winemaking regions in Peru and Chile. So it's alcohol, according to Wikipedia. Interesting. So as I said before, Tacna is known for its Pisco production, and you can actually visit some local vineyards and distilleries to learn all about how it's made, and of course, do a little bit of sipping, get a little taste, you know what I'm saying? And hey, even though Tacna is not on the coast, it's not too far for some stunning beaches. And you can take a short trip to places like Boca del Rio or Punta Picata and soak up some sun and surf. So yeah, Tacna may be small, but it's got a lot going for it. Whether you're into history, food, or just chilling on the beach, it's definitely worth checking out. So we're gonna enjoy the sights and sounds of Tacna when we get there, but in the meantime, landing lights will come off because we've crossed 10,000 feet, and we are gonna be making our way over there, all right? It's your boy FlyIslandGuy. When I come back, we'll be starting our descent, or as usual, most likely well into our descent, and I'll see you guys in a bit, all right? Take care, peace. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Tacna. We're actually kind of starting the approach towards the airport. And actually, if you look off to our left, and I'll just wait till the aircraft levels out. I believe this is Tacna down here. And if you look right there, that is the airport. That's where we're heading. So we're just descending and we're starting the approach now. So let's actually talk about our approach today. We are doing the ILS Zulu runway 02 approach. And let's go ahead and let's bring that up. Of course, my Simlink isn't working. So I can't really show you exactly where we are right now. But I'll go ahead and bring it up. All right, so right now we are about here, and we are starting this DME arc that's basically gonna bring us right in line with the localizer. And what I will do as well, I'm going to switch our frequencies. Alright, so I've done that. You can't really see that right now, but I've done it. But yeah, so we're just kind of doing this DME arc right now. We're going to be heading to this ANSEC waypoint. And then yeah, we should be able to capture the localizer and come in for the landing on runway 02. Let's go ahead and let's get back to the cockpit, and you'll see if we zoom in to our GPS, you can see exactly where we are. We're about halfway through that DME arc right now. I've already switched our nav frequency to 109.7, and kind of once we finish this arc, we're going to switch to Loc 1 and hit approach mode, and hopefully everything will work out. I haven't had the best of luck doing ILS approaches in this aircraft as of yet. To be honest, I haven't really done much ILS approaches in this aircraft, so we'll see how that turns out. We are super fast right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull back our throttles and really like bleed off some airspeed, because we were doing a lot just now. We were almost at 250 knots because I just had my throttles in and we were descending. So wish me luck, folks. Let's also start our descent checklist. Which is basically just the cabin pressurization rate. Transition level is at 5,000 feet. So when we get that, when we hit 5,000 feet, we'll go ahead and set the local altimeter. As you can see, absolutely beautiful weather here in Tacna, and I've been really fortunate, as I mentioned before, in this South America ops tour so far, just to have absolutely beautiful weather everywhere that we go. Barring like one or two places, it's been great, and that's really good because I've been trying to like learn this aircraft as well, so weather was taken out of the equation, and I'm happy about that. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on where the airport is. I think I missed it. I think the airport's kind of maybe back this way. Or no, the airport's right there, sorry. This feels like it's so close. Hopefully we can get there. But we should be starting a pretty steep turn now. Let me just zoom in. And kind of once we come out of that turn, like around here, this is where we're going to be activating approach mode. And switching to Loc 1 as well. So there's been a lot of like interesting just geographical features so far. Like it's been actually really beautiful. Like I've enjoyed flying around here, just kind of looking and just enjoying the sights and the sounds. It's been awesome. And we're just going to be moving just further south into South America. Like that's what we're going to be doing. My plan is to like try and get it as furthest as we can get down to the southern tip of South America, and then from there move on to either working our way up the East Coast, the center of South America. But because we're flying the PC-12, it's going to take a while to like really cover that amount of territory. All right, we're starting the turn back now. We've also gone below 5,000 feet, so I can go ahead and set our local altimeter. That's set. And we're going to go ahead and set up for landing kind of once we come out of this turn. And we're right in that spot that I was telling you about. So I'm going to switch our nav source. And we're going to go approach mode. And the localizer has been captured. Perfect. Alright, we're lined up on the runway. And once we hit 3,000 feet, our speed should start to bleed off. Gonna check where we are. Gonna turn off the yaw damper. And I'm gonna get gear down, flaps 15. And let's get some speed back in. Go ahead and go flaps 30 as well. Let's get fully configured. Also, our approach checklist. Forgot to turn my landing lights on. That's not good. Recog lights on. Radios, navigators are set. Altimeter is set. Pressurization set. Inertial separator is open. And we've already done the approach briefing, so it should be good to go. Glide slope is active as well. So we're just going to go ahead and just let the ILS bring us in. Doing about 100 knots right now. Beautiful, clear day. The town of Tacna, or city of Tacna, right in front of us. So once we get a little closer, I'll go ahead and just turn off the autopilot and just fly in by hand. Gotta watch that rudder as well. And I'm just watching the airspeed too. We're pretty slow. So the aircraft's just trying to track the glide slope. That's why it's kind of going up and down like that, but I've gone ahead and switched off the autopilot, and we're just going to fly this manually. A little low. For landing checklist though, landing gear is green. Landing and taxi lights are on. Flaps are set, and autopilot and yaw damper are off. Cabin pressures at 0 differential. Landing checklist, or before landing checklist is complete. Trying to stay on center line. Sorry if we get quiet.
Landing time logged.
Alright, not even going to use auto thrust because you're actually really slow on that landing just now. Good enough landing overall though, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tacna. Beautiful evening approach. And I guess this is the ramp here to our left. I actually forgot to check the I forgot to check things before we landed. Just gonna go ahead and clean up the aircraft for now. And I'm just gonna bring up the map here. We're just going to taxi to the end of the runway just to give me a little bit of time, just to see exactly where we're supposed to go. Yeah, it looks like that center area, that's where we're supposed to go. So
warning, trim.
I'm just going to turn off here and then we'll head back and we will park, folks. Overall, good landing. I was super nervous. I'm just not fully confident in this aircraft, to be honest. But I keep saying I'm a lot more comfortable than I was before. But I don't quite feel like I've mastered it yet. Beautiful sunset. It's gonna most likely be close to 6 p.m. here now. Alrighty, so we are off the runway. Let's get our landing lights off. Taxiing pretty fast just now. Okay, so we'll just kind of pause here really quick and we'll go ahead into ground idle. Just gonna check our checklist again. After landing, condition level ground idle, flap 0, exterior lights is required, ice protection can come off. So, don't need these guys. Turn off the heating as well. And yeah, we're good to go, folks. Just find a parking spot here and let's call it a night. Just not really too sure to park, to be honest. So okay. All right, I think this is a marshal here. Don't know why this guy has parked his truck in our spot though. All right. That'll do, folks. Go ahead and get all these lights off. And we'll cut our engines.
Engine off time
Warning,
logged.
essential bus.
The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
All right, so let's take a quick look at our flight timers here. Just see how long we're in the air. We were in the air for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So just a few minutes over our calculated flight time. Absolutely perfect though. Very good. Alrighty. So let's come up top. And we can get our generators off. Standby bus on. Batteries off as well. AV off. All this stuff can come off. Alright. And we'll come in the back. Open up the doors. Here we go. And that is it, folks. Alrighty. Probably maybe use this to get a cool screenshot. Just want to get closer. Here we go. That's the one right there. Alright, folks, hope you enjoyed the flight. The South America tour continues. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. And I will catch you on the next one, alright? This boy FlyIslandGuy is saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.